Live from the NU Wrestling Facility on the campus of the Nevada Union High School. Touchdown Productions, celebrating 10 years of local high school sports television, is proud to present the Miners' Road to the League title. Today, your Nevada Union Miners take on their newest league opponent, the Oro Golden Eagles. It's the final Sierra Foothill League Duel Meet, and it's all coming your way next, right here on the NorCal Game of the Week. The Nevada Union Miners are home today for the final duel meet of the year as they take on the Oro Golden Eagles. Good afternoon, wrestling fans, wherever you are across our Foothill network of stations. I'm Maverick King, joined by Anthony Halby. Our producer today is Gil Dominguez, and of course the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team is on hand for the final wrestling meet of the year. But first, as is our tradition here on the Game of the Week, we begin our telecast with bonus coverage of the JV meet, which is already in process. Take off here midway through the match, and it's Miners getting ready to go head-to-head here.
We're in the middle of the 140 where Everett Williams from Del Oro is leading Ben Keck from NU 7-3.
And I'm sure Ben Heck is looking for a rebound here. Not looking good at this point in the match. He's looking for a position here. And here's Ben Heck.
Trying to lift that leg. Now he needs to crawl up. There he goes.
Heck trying to get out of this position.
Oh.
Turns it around right there. A nice turnaround right there by Ben Heck. Trying to get out of bounds. And there they are.
Ben is just a first-year wrestler. He started out at Freestyle, the gold mining wrestling team, this past summer. And just now, as a freshman, is really learning this sport. You will see some of these freshmen at 100% improvement by next year.
And here's Ben Heck right on top of him. A rather gritty job going on right now.
It's about 23 seconds left in that second period. Everett Williams from Del Oro is ahead currently 9-5, and he's in full control.
The Miners are trailing right now 12-40 overall.
It's an experience factor. I didn't talk to the coaches, but I'd be willing to bet that that Everett Williams is probably a sophomore or a junior. And that experience factor alone weighs heavy.
And a lot of these freshmen, it takes a little while for them to get in the flow of things. Once they do, they are quite on top of their game. Trying to get situated here.
Oh. Ben let that one go right away.
And Everett Williams looks like he's in control right now.
We're in the third period. And you're right, Williams is in full control. He's going to try and turn him and try and pin him.
It looks like Ben is getting really tired right now. There's another one. And of course, Ben will have to not come away with this one as Williams gets away with it. 11-5, and it's 46-12. Del Oro in full control of this match.
Now here's where Nick Davies has the experience. He's been wrestling for a while, and you can almost look at the Del Oro kid and say he doesn't have the experience.
Getting a good position hold right there, but it's right.
He didn't get around to get the points. He still hasn't gotten anything yet. He's got to get around. He's got to get that leg around.
That looks pretty.
Up.
Oh, there he goes.
Shane Plummer able to get a reversal. But again, Nick's got the experience. He'll get out of this. Oh, illegal hold.
And I'm sure that's going to take some wind out of the sails there.
Yeah, Nick was ready for a move, but he had an illegal hold. I'm waiting to see if he's going to give him points. But Nick's got to get around to get the points. He hasn't done anything to get the points yet from the ref. He's got control. He's got to peel that arm off his leg. Del Oro still leading this match 2-0. And Nick's got to be careful. Nothing in that period.
So that makes it a pretty tough match then, Anthony, when no points are scored. And you're right on the precipice there of doing something, but it just doesn't come through.
Nick looked like he was getting ready to make a move, looked like he was going to turn the wrestler around, but he got an illegal hold, and that's why the ref called it. So Nick had to start all the way from scratch again. And he's only down 2-0.
And of course, as you always like to say, good wrestlers wrestle from the bottom.
That's right.
Break it down. Stay behind them.
Nick's working on breaking him down. Del Oro is a school with a lot of wrestling traditions, and even their JV can be tough. Oh, almost had Nick there. Now Nick's got a chance to. Nick just tied it up.
Well, it's another example of the great competition in the SFL with Del Oro in the league in every sport, Anthony.
Well, especially wrestling. I got to tell you, when we were transferred to this league, we all looked forward to it because, especially in the wrestling, we didn't have the competition that we needed to prepare for sections and subsections. And this year, you know, even though it appears that Nevada Union may end up fourth in the league, everybody gets a second shot at the league championships. You wrestle the same guys all over again, and then you hope to go in first so that you can get a good draw at the subsections.
So really you got two different battles going on. You got the school battle and the league battle, and then you have individual weight classes as well.
That's right. It's wrestling is, for the most part, an individual sport, but if all the individuals do what they're supposed to do, then the team wins. Okay, we're going to enter the third period with Shane Plummer ahead 3-2. So, and he is chosen down, which means Nick has to do, he can't get any points No, Nick's Cho's down. So if Nick can explode out of here and get an escape, he can tie it up right away.
He's trying to get up on his feet, and he does get up. Now he's got to turn around, face the wrestler.
Feet, yeah, there he goes. There, he got that arm around. Now he's in a pinning position. But he's got to pull his head out. If he pulls his head out, he'll get the points. There they are. So now Nick Davis is in the lead.
So 2 points awarded to Nevada Union in round number 3 here.
Nick's got 52 seconds to hold on to this. And I can tell you, just like looking, Shane Plummer's not going to go away. And if Shane gets an escape here, it's tied. And there it is. Nick's got to get him around. He's got to get him around. He's got to get him around. Pull his head out. Nope, he gave it to him. He's got the 2.
Crowd really into this match right here in the 3rd round.
23 seconds left. Nick Davis is ahead by 2. He's got to hold on, though. Shane Plummer has given him everything he can handle. See, Shane's up again. If he breaks it loose, he gives up a point. He's got to keep bringing him back down to the mat. He's got to stay in control.
6 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
There it is. What a great match.
Yeah, nice come from behind victory for the Miners.
In the 152 weight class for Del Oro, Garrett Percy. For Nevada Union, Tyler Caldwell.
So we get a chance to look at Tyler Caldwell. Talked to his dad a little earlier tonight. Such an athletic boy in multiple sports.
Yes, I'm not sure if he did football this year, but I know he does wrestling and baseball.
No, big baseball family. The Caldwells, just dominated that Pee Wee division. Goes in for a leg right away. So
he didn't get the points because they were outside.
It's okay. He was showing a little bit of his quickness there, Anthony.
Oh, Tyler's always been quick. He's always been strong. He just has a wrestler ahead of him in his weight class that he can't beat, and that's the only reason he's not varsity. Tyler will be varsity next year.
Do you think he'll stay in that same weight class?
You know, it's hard to say with kids. You know, he started out, I think he started out at 125s and then wrestled 130s. And for all I know, he may be wrestling up. I'm not sure if he is a normal 145 or a 152 rather. I think he's wrestling up here, which is okay. He's a tough kid. And again, being a junior, he's got the experience. This is the it's the experience factor in wrestling. Whoa, nice move by Garrett Kersey.
Yeah, that was a quick takedown, and now Tyler finds himself on the bottom. Almost in danger there of being in a bad position.
Tyler's one of those kids I've talked about, though. He can definitely wrestle from the bottom. He doesn't lose confidence. He's down 2-0 going into the second, or 5-0 going into the second period, but I've seen boys down 5-0 and come back and win big.
And of course that has to be one of the more exciting aspects of wrestling, coming from behind like that, like in baseball, having a big inning.
It's really frustrating if you're the one who's ahead by a big score. I've seen wrestlers ahead 13-5, and then they get pinned. It is so frustrating. Oh, he had him. He'll start all over.
No points awarded for that move.
No, there was no takedown. It's just sparring. And you don't get points for sparring.
No, I think you get tired. Tyler breathing through his mouth out there, so he's trying to get some
There's a
oxygen
quickness.
in.
So now it's 5-2.
And there's the strength.
Now he's going to try and get him in a position to pin him. He's got to keep him in the circle. I was going to say, he's got to, if you've got 3 points outside the circle, 3 points of the bodies outside the circle, then they're going to call it out. But here he ran out of time.
And of course, a longtime wrestling coach and athletic director of the year. First time I get to say that.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
Steve Pilcher looking on from the coach's corner.
Steve has done such a good job since he became AD here, and I was really excited to see him get that honor.
And we'll be talking to him in between matches after senior night. But right now we've got JV wrestling. Tyler Caldwell.
Kyler's still down 5-2,
and
but he's in control. So now he's just going to work him until he can get a pin. He's got that arm, and he's trying to turn him. Keep moving. He's driving. He's driving. He's got him on his back. Now he's got to hold him.
He's got him on his head.
Well, the other wrestler's bridging and turning. Kyler's trying to reset and hold him. Got him.
Tyler Caldwell.
There you are. You're down 5-2, and you pin the other wrestler.
And that certainly does help the Nevada Union Minor cause losing.
In the 160-pound weight class for Del Oro, it's Tyler Alexander. For Nevada Union, it's Patrick Beauchamp.
So Nevada Union is still trailing 46-21 in this JV match.
And this is the last match. There's no way they can catch up. This is there's too many forfeits and a tough Del Oro team. But here you are again. You got Patrick with a lot of experience. Started wrestling at Lyman Gilmore, and
well, Lyman Gilmore, one of the official feeder sites of the NU wrestling program for many years. Outstanding junior high school program down there.
yeah, it was the foundation was set by Chuck Smith.
Right. What a great guy and advocate for the sport.
Yes. Yeah, well, he wrestled himself, and the boys loved him. He was the coach when they started the Lyman Gilmore tournament, and now it's an ongoing tradition. I think it was just last weekend.
Right, that's a huge tournament. Bodies everywhere.
Oh, 700 wrestlers go through that tournament, and those are the same wrestlers. These same wrestlers here have gone through that tournament on both sides.
Both sides, right? I was going to say.
Well, Patrick's got to stay in control. He gets an escape. So Patrick's ahead 2-1 as we go into the second period.
And of course, wrestling, when you talk about wrestling, you're talking about stamina, Anthony.
Yes, you are.
And most people don't realize how much stamina it takes and the kind of running that they do.
You got to be ready to go. And on the varsity level, you got to be ready to go 6 minutes. And actually, 7. You got to go in that, be prepared to go into overtime.
And still have some gas in the tank.
That's right.
Heard an interesting news story yesterday where they canceled the whole wrestling season over in Texas because of a skin virus.
No. It's Minnesota.
It was Minnesota. I knew you'd be up on it.
And it's a what they've done is they haven't canceled the season. They've postponed. They've put off all the wrestling tournaments for about a week because it's a herpes virus, and only because wrestling is the one area where you're skin to skin, and that's why these mats have constantly are getting clean. And the boys know that after practice, you go home, you take a shower, you wash off. And for the most part, it doesn't happen. But I'm not sure of why the outbreak in Minnesota. I mean, there's a hotbed of wrestling. Minnesota University right now is the #1 school in college wrestling. So they'll cut it down for about 7, maybe 10 days, and then they'll get those matches back in to give the virus a chance to run its course.
So time runs out there in period 2.
But Patrick's ahead 7-1.
Yeah, I had heard that they had canceled the entire season initially. So maybe you have some updated information.
Yeah, no, it's just
they've changed their minds on that.
It's just 7 to 10 games. They didn't want to,
It's tough.
Well, they don't have they have an outbreak, but surprisingly, it's not affecting the whole team. But they decided, let's shut it down, and just for a week, let the virus. Hopefully, you kill off the virus off the mats and off the boys, and then you'll start all over again.
Right. I think they weren't even allowed to practice.
No. But this is why they do groom checks before every match. It's the referee's job. He looks, and if he sees anything that looks like ringworm or an open cut, if it's an open cut, he'll tell you got to get a Band-Aid on it. If it's ringworm, because he's not a doctor, he says, I need a doctor's release. And if you don't have a doctor's release, you don't wrestle. Patrick's ahead 9-1, 46 seconds left to go.
So nice way to end it for the junior varsity team, although they will not be able to beat Del Oro here, down by 25 points.
There it is. Pin for Patrick.
So that'll give Nevada Union 6 points. And we will have a final score of 46-27.
Yeah.
Nice job by Patrick. Good manipulating of his.
It was. He's another one that next year you'll see him on the varsity team. He will go the extra mile next year.
Gil Dominguez, of course, with our wrestling analyst and all-around wrestling guy, Anthony Halby, joining us one more time on the broadcast. Anthony, I really appreciate you coming on. Your expertise and knowledge of the boys is really helpful to the program, and I hope enjoyable to all of you out in TV land as we bring you minor wrestling.
It's a great sport. It's a sport that I've, my son's got involved at Lyman Gilmore, and I do in the freestyle league. I do pairing, and you meet all these kids, and these are all great kids. I mean, they're just, too many people think wrestling is WWE, and it's not. This is wrestling. This is the sport that you see at the Olympics, and not on TV.
Except for, of course, the game of the week.
That's right. That's right. No, I got to tell you a funny story about that. When my one son was wrestling and we had a scrimmage when he was a freshman, and my mother came up for Thanksgiving, and I said, she talked to my son, and he said, Grandma, you got to come up and watch me wrestle. And she says, no, I don't want to see that. And he says, oh, please. And so my sister knew wrestling. She says, you gotta go see him wrestle. So she did. She saw him wrestle, and afterwards I said, "What'd you think, Mom?" And she says, "Well, I thought they were going to throw a chair at him. I thought they were going to throw him out of the ring." And I go, "No, no, Mom, that's not wrestling."
Right, and Grandma doesn't want to see that.
No.
All right, well, as the Del Oro team runs out onto the mat, we'll take a break right here and tell you before senior night in the introduction of the seniors and Steve Pilcher that this special edition of the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten tonight by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. It's time for you to experience the newest outdoor living experience in Colfax, and that's at Hanson Brothers in Colfax. There you'll find a large selection of landscape and masonry products, including retaining walls and stepping stones. You also find everything you need for outdoor landscaping, including decorative rock and new products like their pondless waterfalls. It's all for you at Hanson Brothers Colfax. And by Anthony Halby Insurance. Anthony Halby, just sitting right to my right, has over 36 years of experience in the health insurance industry. Probably just that many in wrestling as well. And
No.
he's your local authorized agent for Blue Cross and Blue Shield health plans. He can also give you information on those Medicare supplements and the new health savings accounts to help your family. He's also a proud member of the Health Policy Board for the California Chamber of Commerce, and of course, he loves to support his NU Wrestling. That's Anthony Halby Insurance.
We're also brought to you tonight by Dr. Gary Sumner. He's happy to serve all your family dental needs in Penn Valley. He has been serving you in that location for over 10 years. Dr. Sumner has over 20 years of dental experience, really knows how to promote good dental hygiene, and specializes in family, cosmetic, and sedation dentistry. He's now accepting new patients and provides senior discounts, and mention the NorCal Game of the Week and receive a discount as well. That's Dr. Gary Sumner out in Penn Valley.
And of course, California Craftsman. Go ahead, you can take that one.
Okay, at California Craftsman, you'll find generations of experience to help you replace those old drafty windows. Glenn, John, or Damian Wells are always on your job site, so there is always an owner present to answer your questions. They offer the latest window designs from Marvin and Milgard, and because they are a general contractor, they can also make changes to enlarge your window openings, making your home more beautiful. They've been serving our community since 1999. California Craftsman.
And of course, by Touchdown Productions, celebrating a decade of local sports television. Hard to believe it's our 10th year, Anthony.
I know.
Just like that, bam. Got the new commander out front, though, so that was a few years in the making. And, of course, this is Gil Dominguez along with Anthony Halby. Maverick King helped us out here at the beginning of the broadcast as well, saying thanks for joining us all across our Foothill network of stations with over 40 broadcasts each week throughout the foothills. And we got a great crew here tonight. Of course, Chris Glass, the Iron Man, joining us here on the down camera. Maverick went up to camera 2. Connor Ring directing in the truck, and Miranda Goodman on the titles and replay, also in the new Commander 2. So we got it all going for you here tonight. And of course, like we were saying, Anthony, tonight is senior night, and that's really a special time for the coaches as well as the players and their families.
Well, you know, it's a tough situation. I think being a senior in your last match, and it's your last home match especially. You think back at all the experiences, and it goes so fast. I remember my son Michael, you know, all of a sudden he's in his senior year, and I said, went by fast, didn't it? And he goes, I can't believe it. I'm a senior. And I said, wait till you get into college. I said, it goes by just as fast. And then you go, oh, the fun's over. Now I got to really work in the real world.
Well, I don't know if the fun has to be over. There's a future NU minor right there. Coming to...
and he'll be at the Gold Mine Wrestling Club.
I believe he will be. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and thank those second set of underwriters. Tonight's NorCal Game of the Week. It's also being underwritten by B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. It's time to plant your bare root fruit trees with the help of B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. At B&C, you'll find your True Value Home specialist to help you every step of the way. You can choose from a variety of trees that are ready to plant, and then, of course, enjoy the fruits of your labor come spring BNC True Value Home and Garden Center, where health is always just around the corner.
One of our new sponsors, the Gold Mine Wrestling Club. It's time to get out and enjoy the great sport of wrestling with the Gold Mine Wrestling Club. It's Grass Valley's only wrestling club, and all ages are welcome. Whether you are 3 or 43, you can join the Gold Mine Wrestling Club and take part in the upcoming season. Practice and registration begins March 1st right here in the Miners Wrestling Room, with league competition beginning on March 17th. So come out, meet new friends, and get active with the Gold Mine Wrestling Club. Call Shelby Hoskins at 268-0238 or check out the website goldminewrestlingclub.org.
Yeah, and I saw Shelby on the way in, and, you know, that's exciting. Good way to come out here and get some exercise.
Well, it's interesting. If you get into freestyle wrestling, like I was a parent, and when my boys wrestled, we'd go to Las Vegas and wrestle on nationals. There's these guys, 65 years of age, and they're wrestling in the opens, and they're wrestling each other. And it's said that they've been wrestling each other for 40 years.
And, of course, by Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, Chuck Cavros knows that nothing makes your car or truck look better than accessories from Top This. And Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with an in-store display featuring all kinds of accessories from weather guard, DZ, and racket truck racks, along with a selection of chrome toolboxes, mirrors, and tie-downs. So give your truck some attitude, just like the Commander 2, and get the service you want at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories.
We're also being presented tonight by Plaza Tire and Auto Service. They are the official automotive repair facility of the Game of the Week. And the guys at Plaza always keep Commander 2 up and running, so you don't have to miss a single Lady Miner game. So when Commander 2 is down, they get her in and out in a hurry. The pros at Plaza Tire can do the same for you as well. Plaza Tire and Auto Service, professional auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs. 2 locations on Searles Avenue in Nevada City and Penn Valley Drive in Penn Valley.
And we saw the brand new AD of the year just walk past us. We'll see if we can get a quick word with him. I know he's going to be introducing his seniors. There's Shelby right there as she's walking by us. And he's talking to some parents. And, you know, one thing, it was in the newspaper today, of course, the article about Steve.
Yes.
But one thing they forgot to mention of what his extension number is at Nevada Union.
477, isn't it?
24/7.
24/7. That's right. That's right.
So that kind of tells you how busy he is. It's 24/7 with Steve Pilcher. And can you get Steve for me? Tell him to come over here. Guys, you can open up mic 3, and we can get a little. Chris, you can turn around and get a shot. There we go. Steve, congratulations on becoming the athletic director of the year and for the Sac Joaquin Section. And, you know, what a great honor.
I'm very proud, and you know, of all the people I work with here. It's you know, it's not a one-person job, and like I told Brian Hamilton last night, it's everybody. It's all the teachers, all the other athletic directors in the section I work with. You know, it's all the kids, all the parents. It's our maintenance people, and you know, I just kind of coordinate it and sit back and smile and watch it happen. But if I didn't have all those people helping me, all the people donating money for these beautiful facilities, and
you'd have less hair.
I would.
Now, you know, you come from a long line of athletic directors, obviously, at the school history. Mike Cartan, Kelly Graham, you know, from my era. Nobody ever got an award like that. So how do they choose that? Is it the other athletic directors in the conference that vote on that?
Well, it's a section award. So the other, you know, 200-something schools in the section, you're nominated, and then they vote on it, and it's pretty exciting.
I think one thing that shows is that the good reputation that Nevada Union has in all the different sports, whether it's good parents, good kids, athleticism.
Well, also, you know, like you said, it's a reputation, and I've really worked hard gone out of my way to make sure that we have a good reputation, because you can work for years and years and years, and it only takes one or two incidents to blow that reputation. So we've worked hard on sportsmanship. As you'll notice, all of our kids are great sports, win or lose, and they shake the other coach's hand. And we just want to respect what other kids do and what other teams do, because they're not that much different than us, just little different colors. And
live in a different area.
One day they might be in a foxhole together, on the same team. So, we try and respect what other teams do, and that'll go a long ways in life, respecting other people. So I've tried to focus on that, emphasize that, the coaches emphasize that, and it goes a long way. So we're proud of that.
Now, tonight also is senior night, and that's got to be a special moment always for you as the coach.
Yeah, well, it's nice that Paul let me coach with him again here, and so we're going to do the 4 seniors that we have. Now think about that, 4 seniors, that's tremendous. We got mostly freshmen you saw wrestle tonight. We're going to be very strong in a couple of years. So we're looking forward to this team in a year or two.
Well, you had the decade of dominance in the 90s, winning multiple league titles. That were 10 consecutive, 12, I forget what the...
I think we won 13 in a row or 14 in a row. But who's counting?
I know. Pretty great accomplishment.
It was awesome, and the banners up there behind us kind of reflect that, and I'm very proud. Every kid that was on the team is on those banners up there, so they're the ones that made it happen.
Well, I just wanted to take a few moments and congratulate you on your award. Like I told you before the meet, nobody's more deserving than you. Your work with us.
Well, one person.
Okay.
My wife.
Okay, that's right.
I never thank my wife, so I'll take this opportunity to say thanks, honey. Thanks for letting me do this.
We'll get her the DVD also.
Right.
Because you're, like I was telling Anthony, your extension is 24/7.
24/7. That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
You deserve it.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
it all year.
Okay.
And just have fun with it.
Yeah.
At least next year you probably won't win it.
I'm probably not going to win it next year, so I will enjoy it this year. Thanks.
All right. Steve Pilcher joining us here on the pregame show as we get ready for the varsity meet. And Steve Pilcher, of course, athletic director here. I want to say for 5 years. We've been here 10. And like I said, at first we had Kelly Graham, and then we had the Mike Cartan era, and then Steve Pilcher picked it up. And, each one of those guys, Anthony, has a different flavor.
They have a different style.
Right. That they run the athletics with, but you really can't do it without good coaches, good administrators, good parents.
It takes a team, but you know what? I got to put a plug in for Steve.
Go ahead.
When my boys were sophomores, they played volleyball, and it was the year that all the budgets just got wiped out. And I went up to Steve and I said, "Look, we don't want to lose the volleyball season. What's it take?" And he says, "You're going to have to do your own fundraising. You get the parents together." He says, "We'll provide the venue. We're not going to charge you for the room or the electricity or anything like that, but you've got to do your own fundraising." And he helped us put this whole thing together to where the kids had a volleyball season in their junior year.
And that's just one story of the awesome work that he does. Chris, let's give him this microphone also, and he can talk to our mic and his mic over there. You can take camera 2 guys in the truck so Chris can maneuver over there. Let me do that. No. For us. All right, there we go.
Right, I'm gonna do Taylor and Billy first. Taylor, first.
Okay, as we see Del Oro there on the floor in their little diamond pattern. Now let's turn it over to Coach and Athletic Director of the Year, Steve Pilcher.
No, Taylor, you're first. You're first. All right, folks. We're going to spend a couple minutes and honor the seniors and their moms. We've got 4 seniors on the team. I'm going to talk a little bit about 2 of them, and Coach Paul's going to talk about 2 of them. First, I'd like to introduce Taylor Quizno. Taylor is a first-year wrestler. as a senior. Just came out. We're glad he came out. He's a great bike rider, you know, national caliber bike rider, great athlete, and his friends suckered him. I mean, talked him into coming out for wrestling this year, and we appreciate it. He's done a great job for us, and I'd like to thank him and thank his mom, Kim, for allowing him to come out for wrestling tonight. We have some flowers for you, and give Mom a kiss on the cheek. Come on over.
Here comes Mom, right behind Chris Glass.
Hopefully he'll have some good memories for the rest of his life for this year. What? Thanks, Taylor. Thanks, Kim. I'd like to introduce Will Atherton. Will's a senior. He's wrestled all 4 years. He's one of my personal buddies. He's a great kid, a great student. Never been in any trouble that I know of. And he's going to be very successful in his life. And we're happy to have him out here. And thank you to Diana for allowing Will to be on our team and participate. Come on over.
And like we were saying, family, a big part of not only NU Sports, but Bear River, Colfax, Placer. We see it everywhere that we go, Anthony.
You know, it's particularly tough in wrestling because
and I want to thank Brett Schaffler for all the hard work. He's proof of what you can. It's proof of what you can accomplish in a short amount of time. I want to thank him for all of the hard work he's given over the past few years. Thank him for all of the hard work he's given us over the past few years, and his family. I want to thank Bill and Stephanie from my heart. They've given so much to this program. So there's some flowers for you, Stephanie.
And Mom gets a moment in the sun.
And I want to thank Shane Lingo for all the hard work he's given over the past 4 long years. Okay, this year he stepped it up for the team. He started at 160 pounds and went all the way down to 145 pounds, which is no small feat, just for the team. And I want to thank his family and his mother. So we have some flowers for you. Yeah. All right, thank you guys. You guys can stay together there for a picture real quick.
So there's your 4 seniors this year for Nevada Union. As we get our 2 microphones back.
Well, I still have to do the announcing.
Yeah, you do. You're doing double duty, Anthony Halby. Double dutying tonight. Being the arena announcer, the house announcer, as well as color commentating. Look at all these kids, Anthony. You never cease to amaze me how many people are involved in the wrestling program.
You know, and actually, it's gotten smaller. We started out with about 80 wrestlers in the wrestling room, and you know, after about a week, some of them go, "Oh, this is too tough." You know.
You're darn right, it's tough.
I've talked to adults who wrestled in high school. And when you start getting on that subject, they go, it was the toughest sport. I played football. I ran track. There was nothing like wrestling. And it is. It's you know, some of these kids will never be in this shape again.
Now, speaking of that, the Gold Country Wrestling Program, the Gold Mine Wrestling Club, your activities with that, your involvement with that?
Basically, I'm a pairer. I'm one of the guys that in the back room of the tournaments, I'll put the matches together, and then I score, and then you get to deliver the medals, which is fun, which is why I've met so many of these kids through the years is, you know, they come back and they say, I think I medaled, and you go back and you check the thing, and you say, yep, congratulations, you're first, you're second, you're third, and then you follow the boys. You know, I don't go to the sections, the states and all that, but I follow them in the newspapers, and I follow them on the websites, and it's fun to watch, and it's fun to watch them grow up. I mean, some of these guys, especially when they go into college, you know, like Wade Sauer, he's down at Fullerton State.
Right.
Drew Moralia, he's at Davis. Luke's at Purdue, and it's fun, and you see the names, and as they get better, and it's tough, especially at the college level. I know 2 wrestlers.
Well, everybody there is all league.
Oh yeah.
All section.
Oh yeah. The NCAAs last year, You watch them, and for the most part, you get 2-1, 3-2 scores. These guys, it's like they know they're going to score, and they know how to stop the other guy from scoring against them. So it's a real battle back and forth.
Defense and offense both working.
Yeah.
But there's no chance of us seeing Anthony Halby wrestling for the
No.
in that upper weight category.
No. It's so funny when my boys wrestled. They said, "Dad, let us teach you how to wrestle, and then you can wrestle in the opens." And I says, "You know what? I'm fine. I'm happy. It's fun to watch you guys."
What's the oldest that we see over there at the Gold Mine Wrestling Club?
What you'll get is some of the guys from...
Shelby said that there was a 40-year-old.
Yeah, one of the coaches comes out every year. 2 or 3 of the coaches come out, and they wrestle in the open, and it's kind of fun, you know. And of course, half the coaches cheer for one, and half the coaches cheer for the other. It's a family. It's a real family atmosphere. Unlike this, the parents are allowed on the mat, and you're right into it. And it's, I mean, you even get these little, like we said, 3-year-olds. Generally, you get the kids started about 5 or 6 years of age, and neither one loses. I mean, you know that somebody beat somebody else, but both hands are raised. They're both champions. They both get a medal, and it's the start of what they do. And I know a lot of people don't understand that. Wrestling, really big-time wrestling, is the Midwest and back east, and you'll get a lot of kids 5, 6 years old. That's when they start. And they're constantly in the freestyle program. Then they get into the junior high program and the high school program, and you know, as long as they don't get burned out, they just keep on going.
Well, you bring up the burnout issue. One of the other issues that I know the NU team is facing this year is injuries.
Yeah, I mean it happens.
Nevada Union, I don't want to say they're decimated by injuries, but a couple of their key wrestlers have some significant injuries that's going to keep them from helping the team this year.
Matt Manuel's one. Matt hurt his knee, and he hasn't wrestled in the last. He did not wrestle in the last 3 duels, and he hasn't wrestled in tournaments, but he's ready, and so he'll wrestle. The next thing for these boys is the league championships. That's going to be at Roseville High School, and that's where you'll see Matt shine. I mean, he'll be the 130, and he'll be the number 130 in this league. The Del Oro kid is going to be able to go in at number 1 just because Matt didn't wrestle.
Right.
But you know that Matt will take first place.
So Matt's going to be ready then for that particular part of the season?
Matt will be ready, because that you go to the league. They call it something different now. It used to be called subsections, and then sections, and then states. Now they call it Division II championships, Masters tournament, and then the state championships. And then this year, like I said, our league championships, where everybody gets a chance, it's everybody else again. Of course, what happens there also is sometimes you'll get a kid who's wrestled at 145 all during the league, and then he decides, I was okay at 140, I'll drop down and I'll wrestle at 140. And all of a sudden, you get a brand new winner at that weight class. And of course, once you're there at the league championships, whatever weight class you're at the league champs, that's the weight class through subs, sections, and states. So this will be, the next 2 weeks. We won't be going to this team sections because we're not first or second place this year.
Right.
It was a tough year. It's a great league, though. I mean, it's nothing against Nevada Union. It's you can't say it's a down year. It's a tough league, and we've got a lot of young kids on this team, a lot of freshmen who, let me tell you, next year, the year after that, you're going to see some really top-notch wrestlers. I mean, I saw that happen when my boys were freshmen and sophomores, and all of a sudden they were there with all those freshmen and sophomores. Year 2, this was a team that a lot of other schools looked at and go, oh man, we got to wrestle Nevada Union. So it runs in cycles.
It certainly does, and so that's what makes the 13 consecutive league titles that they had in the 90s even more impressive, because you've got 3 complete grades of students coming through Nevada Union in 13 years, from freshman to senior.
That's right.
And still being able to maintain that league dominance.
Oh yeah.
In this sport.
Yeah, and that was all under Steve Pilcher.
Right.
It was, and he's very proud of that, and he should be.
So right now we're watching the minors. Well, actually, what we're watching is one of the moms work on her lottery ticket, but they're doing their warm-up. Del Oro already had their warm-up, and is there a time limit on this, Anthony?
It's really up to the ref. The ref knows that it's, we've got the senior thing. He lets it go, and he basically says, "Okay, guys, I'm ready," because he wants to go home. But you give your Del Oro's have their warm-ups. You give our team have the warm-ups. And he's probably, when he gets up and says he's ready, then we're going to start wrestling. Well, we'll have the face-off, and I'll have to excuse myself.
Sure.
To do to announce the face-off, and let me tell you, this Del Oro team, though, you want to talk about some tough wrestlers. I'm not going to go through all the stats at the face-off. I will go through those as we go along.
For the broadcast.
For the broadcast, but they've got a whole group of impressive wrestlers, just amazing. And so it's been a tough year for Nevada Union, but you know what?
It's just like the basketball program. Miners dropped 4 in a row the last 2 weeks, and they had a very big victory over Rockland, which was the #1 team at the time. I think they still are #1, but Nevada Union, Rockland came up here, and then they beat them. Rockland was 17-1, and Nevada Union beat them by 1 point. Very thrilling game, but I think that's going to be the highlight of their season, as there may not be any postseason play for the Miners. And that's after going to Arco Arena last year in the semifinals.
Well, you lose that senior that senior experience, and that's why I say with 4 seniors on this team, and that's the whole team. You're going to come back next year with some great wrestlers. And Del Oro, they've got 7 seniors on their team. Well, that team will be gone, and they've got to rebuild. And everybody does it. We all go through it. Every school goes through it, and you just make sure that you continue to reload with your feeder schools and your freestyle wrestling clubs. Del Oro does the same thing we do. They have their Del Oro Junior High. They've got their freestyle wrestling club, and they're constantly, working all the wrestlers and bringing them through the system.
And it looks like the referee is up, and these aren't the seniors out here, are they? Are the varsity?
Yes, this is the varsity out here. This is the Nevada Union varsity.
They looked a little small for a second.
Well, you're looking at the 103s and the 112s.
Okay.
We're gonna go 4 minutes. We're gonna start the match.
So as Anthony Halby confers with Steve Pilcher, let me remind you to be sure to join us next time on your NorCal Game of the Week for exciting basketball coverage as we finish up the last 2 weeks of the season in basketball. A lot of great games on tap as league titles will be decided in both the SFL, with the Lady Miners playing Del Oro, who is undefeated, and of course got some big contest coming up in the Pioneer Valley League between Bear River and Colfax and Placer. Forest Lake Christian in the driver's seat in the girls' teams. So we're looking forward to entering the postseason with them as well. Playoffs begin on the 19th of February, and you can be sure that your NorCal Game of the Week will be there, as many of the teams will have some home games. And then, of course, come Saturday, we are on the road to Galt and Arco Arena and Stockton, as all the local teams make their way to the section finals. Of course, those are at Arco Arena. Always a fun place to shoot at Arco. Anthony, it's very clean there.
That's got to be an experience.
We get
to be a high school basketball player and playing at a professional arena.
Well, it's a fun experience even for us. We get to park down underneath where the NBC truck is and use their, patching facilities that they have in place at the arena. So makes it very nice and convenient. And of course, with the new Commander 2, it's going to be even nicer. It's inside. You don't have to worry about the rain. Of course, with the old Commander 1, we had to worry about rain. If it was raining, I wasn't going to be happy. That thing leaked like a colander.
That's one thing we talk about when we talk about freestyle wrestling, because wrestling's indoors, and freestyle runs at the same time as Little League, and we always say, come to freestyle wrestling. You don't get wet. You don't have to sit in the rain. You don't get a rain out. But you do sit on the bench. As parents, you always talk about that. You go, I got to sit at that tournament all day long.
And they do last all day.
Oh, yeah. We start at, weigh-ins start at 7. We start wrestling at 9. And let me tell you, depending upon the amount of kids that come out, we can be wrestling at 5 and 6 o'clock at night. And then finishing up. And, of course, whoever's running the tournament, the rest of us can leave. They have to clean up. And I don't know what date we have ours, but we'll have ours here at Nevada Union probably the 24th of March, third week of March, because we're always fortunate to get the second or the third tournament in the freestyle. And it's a fun thing to do. You come out here, and we have some great wrestling. And these same high school boys, other than the seniors, unless the seniors will still do freestyle wrestling if they are going to go on to college. If they're not, basically their last freestyle was as juniors. But most of these kids will be out here at the freestyle, the Gold Mine Wrestling team.
Well, that'll be very exciting. And, of course, that's going to be right here in the beautiful NU Wrestling facility. What a nice addition to the campus this building is.
Oh, this is
still pretty much brand new, isn't it?
I think
3
it's
years.
No, it's a little older than that. I think it's 5 now. But it's as I've always said to people, when I was doing the Lyman Gilmore tournament, now some of those coaches were coming in here, they're seeing it for the first time, and I would tell them, I says, there are some colleges who would love to have this facility. It's better than what most colleges have. And it's just the only facility that I could say high school facility is better than ours is Poway.
So Anthony's getting ready
Once
to
again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the varsity.
do the house. Let's go ahead and clip his mic for now. Clip mic 2. That way
It's going to be the
doesn't bang on the table.
against the Oro Golden Eagles. The NU Miners are co-coaches Paul Gross and Steve Pilcher for Del Oro. The co-coaches Dave Sanchez and Clint Madden. Our referee tonight is Chuck Allgood.
So Chuck
Due to
Allgood.
time constraints, we will not have a face-off. We are going to start at the 171-pound level. For Del Oro, it will be Cameron Chansky versus Tucker Tratton.
So no face-off here as we'll just get right into the action. Little senior night activities and the extra warm-up. You got that the wrong way there, Anthony. There we go. Okay, now you guys can open up mic 2, and Anthony rejoins us. So who are we going to see here first, Anthony?
Cameron Luchansky for Del Oro and Tucker Tratton for Nevada Union. And tonight, Tucker's actually wrestling at his regular weight. At last week's meet against Roseville, they bumped him up 2 weight classes because Roseville had a very young team, and the coaches get together and he says, look, we got a young team, don't kill us. And so you move people up a little bit, and Tratton was way out of his league at 215, but again, you're going to see one heck of a wrestler here.
And then in the heavyweight classes, Nevada Union is going to have a couple of forfeits tonight.
We're going
right?
to forfeit the next 2 after this.
So it's important.
After the 189, actually.
Important to get a lead here because we're going to lose some points.
Well,
And as you can see, these boys are quite a bit faster.
You're now at the varsity level. You're now at the experience. And you're now going to see the speed and the techniques. And there's Tucker Stratton, right on top, 2-0, right off the bat.
Nice takedown, reaching in behind his legs and knocking his opponent down to the mat and on top of him now in a dominant position.
Now he's going to break him down, try to keep him on the circle first of all.
And if you are the down guy, you want to try and get out of the circle.
You want to get to your base. You want to get up to your knees, try to stand up, do a hand fight, break the grip, and get an escape and at least get 1 point and start all over again.
So 3 points out the circle there. They'll start all over again. He had both elbows and a knee that were outside the circle at that time.
Yes, Tucker's got to keep him down. He lets him up and gets an escape. He gives up a point, so he wants to maintain this two-point lead. He's trying to figure out what he can do with this guy.
On his, he's all over his back right now, trying to get a hand around that leg.
Well, more important, he's trying to get an arm, his arm under the other arm. But Tucker is very strong. That's why I say this is his weight class. This is where he will go into the league championships and he will shine.
Unable to get an arm now, kind of changing tactics.
Well, he's figuring out which side. You know, when you're on the bottom, you go from side to side because you're trying to prevent the guy on top from getting some momentum. But the guy on top has to figure out at what point are you going to turn to the side and I can move you. We're in the second period. Tucker's ahead 2-0.
So close match here. Opening match of the varsity meet, Nevada Union and Del Oro.
Nice move. 2 more points for Stratton.
Yeah, that was a nice takedown using his leverage and his speed and strength.
Tucker knows how to use the whole body. You'll see him, he knows how to move him with his legs, he knows how to move him with his arms. Wrestling is not just arms. A lot of people think that, and they think, oh, it's the strength of the arms. It's knowing how to use the legs. And I gave him an escape, but I think Tucker's smart enough, he probably looked at it and said, I'll let him go, and I'll start all over again. And that's why.
That's exactly what he did. It did look like he let him go. Which is good. That could be a tactical a ploy.
Well, many years ago, we used to have a wrestler called Anthony Archuleta. He was a state placer, and he would play with his competition. He would literally take him down, let him up, take him down, and this is what Tucker's doing. Tucker's got all the confidence to know, I can just get it on points.
There's got a leg. Oh, a nice roll.
Yeah. Up, he just gave up 2.
Little reversal right there.
And now he gave up another. So now it's 6-2. It's 7-4.
10 seconds remaining here in round 2 of a 3-round bout.
Tucker's one of those wrestlers. He's in shape. He'll be ready for this third period. The other wrestler has come back. So it's 7-4 right now in the third period. Tucker's choosing down, which means he has to escape. And it looks like Cameron is going to do what's called a parterre. He's going to do a triangle. He's just going to put it on his back, and then he's going to try and push him aside. He's not going to go with a hug.
So that's
so he gave up the point. See, normally when somebody goes into a parterre like that, they push to the side and try to get a leverage. He didn't want to try it.
Well, no, he felt after several attempts here that his best strategy was to wrestle from standing up.
Yes.
Oh, nice takedown.
Now, did you notice? He had him, and then he grabbed the leg, and then he tripped with the other leg.
Using all of his body.
Using the whole body. And then it helps with the kind of strength that Tucker has. He's now ahead 10-4.
And now is where some stamina comes in. 1 minute remaining. 1:10 in the third round.
He's got the one hand, and he's going to try and work the ankle. No, he'll let him up.
Give him the point.
Yeah, I'll start all over again. I'll just keep on getting points. And that's the sign of a smart wrestler. If he knows he's not going to get anything, but he knows he can defeat this guy, he will start it all over again. Reset.
Knocked out of bounds with 42 seconds remaining.
Look at that speed. The camera knew to sprawl. But once again, Tucker's one of those wrestlers. He knows how to wrestle down. So he knows he's got a 5-point lead. He'll keep working and working and working until he can get on top. Well, that's the period.
So Nevada Union's going to walk away with this one.
At 189 for Del Oro, Todd Ryland, and for Nevada Union, Will Atherton.
Can we turn that off in between? I think we're picking up a little static from it.
There you are.
All righty. There you go.
Okay, Will's one of the seniors we honored. Wrestling here for 4 years, but let me tell you about the guy that Will's wrestling. Todd Ryland is 27-10. He was 4th at the Coast Classic and 4th at the NorCal tournament.
Well, he looks like a very strong wrestler. Oh, nice try to go to the legs.
Yeah. He is probably normally 192, 193, 194, and he has just cut weight to get down to 189. Now, see, he's doing the same thing Tucker did with their wrestler. He's pretty much in control, and so he's gonna do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. Oh, now they're out.
Yeah, they had been out.
Actually,
and the whistle didn't blow.
Actually, no. Will was out, but the other wrestler still had his 2 legs in the circle. It wasn't until he stepped out that there was those 3 points.
Oh, okay. So it's both wrestlers.
Yeah. It's 6-1 in favor of Todd Ryland.
Oh, you can hear that right there, giving that extra effort to turn him over.
Yeah, sometimes that grunt gives you that extra strength. Will's trying to bridge, but this is tough.
Yeah, he's got him.
There are so many premier wrestlers here.
At 2:15, Nevada Union forfeits to Del Oro's Cancio Picasso Soto.
So no Nevada Union wrestler in the 215 category, which,
285, the heavyweight division.
which we predicted.
Nevada Union forfeits to Del Oro's Ricky Orangall.
But as you see, the wrestlers still have to make an appearance and come out to the mat and be awarded the victory by the referee. So you can't just mail it in.
At 103 for Del Oro, Cody Billings. For Nevada Union, Jake Purdy.
So now we're going to get into the little guys here, the 103 matches.
Now Jake's going to have all he can handle. Cody was first at NorCal, second at Sierra Nevada. He comes in here with a record of 31-8.
Guys, let's bring down the gain on Anthony's mic just a little bit. Give me about one number down less on the gain. Thank you. So these are the little guys. This is the smallest weight class, right, Anthony?
It's the smallest weight class, and unfortunately for Jake, he doesn't weigh 103. His opponent probably, again, is a full 103. Jake's barely breaking 95. But this will keep, if Jake stays this size, which I've seen guys do this, by the time he's a junior, because he's a tough little wrestler, by the time he's a junior, he will be 103, and he'll be one of the top wrestlers in the league.
Trying to get that arm back right now, and Jake fighting through it. Trying to get outside at this point, although he's in trouble of getting turned around. Now he flips over on top of him.
Cody's got him. If Cody doesn't have him, he's got the near fall.
Boy, he flipped all the way over on him.
Well, he's got both arms, and there's not much you can do with that. Jake's just trying to bridge, and Cody's trying to see if he can pin him this way, but
referee looking up at the scoreboard to see how much time it is, and there's going to be 30 seconds, so he's just going to let him go. I think he would have stopped it, and if there was more time, and had him reset.
Yeah, so he gives him the pin.
So that's probably not something you want to do there, is to throw your body up in the air and over like that.
Well, you want to, because you want to fight off. You want to fight as much as you can.
At the 112 level, for Del Oro, Marley Stubbs. For Nevada Union, Joe Stickney.
Now, this could be interesting. Joe is a tough wrestler. Joe took third at the Marin County tournament just this weekend. But Marley, a girl, took third at the CIF Women's Regional. So she's no pushover. It's very rare to see a girl in the varsity level.
Well, we've seen a few for Nevada Union.
Yes, we have.
Over the years.
Over the years. I remember, I can't remember her name. We called her Mouse. She was a 103 for 4 years, very tough, and actually parlayed that into a scholarship at a girls' college. So far, Joe's got a 2-0 lead.
And when you're in this position, you can't think of them as girls.
No, you can't.
They'll pin you.
Yeah, it's. I gotta be honest with you. I would never have let my daughter wrestle. It's not the sport that I would let my daughter get into.
I'm sure Charlene concurs with you.
Oh yes.
But that's the great thing about Title 11, Title 9.
Oh, you know, one thing about the girls wrestling, there are girls leagues, there are girls colleges who wrestle other girls, and you can, like I say, you can parlay it into a scholarship.
So Nevada Union here trying to get the pin. That would help them. They're down 24-3 right now because of the 2 forfeits.
Yeah, Joe's tough. Joe's doing a great job right now, and I think he'll get it She's just got to lift her head a little bit.
18 seconds remaining here in round number 2.
He's putting as much weight as he can without losing control.
And there might be a little bit of...
Nope, there's the buzzer. So he should get, 3-point near fall, which gives him a 5-point lead. And we'll go into the second period. Marley chooses neutral.
Might have some upper body strength issues that she doesn't want to feel that that's going to be advantageous for her.
You know, it's tough for girls because, I mean, Marley's got she's 21-12, so she's very good.
She knows how to win.
Yes, she does. But Joe's a little quicker.
Yeah, he went right in on her right there like a cat.
Yeah.
Now he's got a leg tied up and an arm.
He's trying to get into a cradle.
And she's tough. She's reaching in there and grabbing his leg to prevent him from doing that.
Trying to turn her over, get her into a pin position. He's got a 7-0 lead. There.
Nice work by Chris
But
Glass.
he's got to
down
get those
there.
shoulders down. And see, she's doing a great job. He can't, she's not going to get pinned there. He had to let her go. He was not going to pin her in that position because she would never have touched down on those shoulder points. But he does get a three near fall, so he's got a 10-0 lead now.
Now he's working her arm.
He's trying to get. She's tough. I got to admit, she is tough. And that's where Joe's finding is it's not like just bringing somebody over.
Right, he may win on points, but...
Oh, she's giving him all he can handle. And he's got to be careful here. Again, I don't think he's going to get a pin out of this because he's got to bring those shoulder points down, and so far she knows how to keep him off the ground.
Might be Marley's mom standing over there.
Now, he did get a 2 near fall out of that, so now it's 12-0.
2 seconds remaining.
Joe just needs 3 more points. If he can get 3 points before she gets 1, he can get this on a technical. So let's see what he does. See if he can get 1 on the escape. Fighter. Should get 1. 1 escape, 2 reversal. Oh, they gave him the reversal instead of the escape. That's okay. 1 more point, and he's got a technical.
And that may seem a logical conclusion to this match because he's seemingly scoring points at will.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if the coaches tell him to let her up or just work on the pin.
All right, now I don't see Steve saying anything.
No. They're letting him wrestle. Joe's one of those wrestlers that you only give a few instructions to. He's very knowledgeable about the sport. It's hard from this angle to see exactly what kind of a move he's trying to put on it right now.
Well, this is about as near as we can get you, Anthony.
Even looking at it live, it's hard.
Right. Sometimes we even use the monitor. That gives you a little bit different perspective as well.
Well, that's what I was looking at.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell from the monitor. I couldn't tell from live. I'm going, you know.
Okay, now he's going to
Let's
just
see.
let her
He's going to
up.
let her go. No. Yeah, they gave her 1 escape. So now if he gets a 2, If he gets a takedown, he can get it on the technical. He's got to get around her, though.
She wasn't very ready to stand up there.
Now, let's see. This should do it.
So
this should be the 2, and that's the technical. 15-point lead, 16-1.
And she was fighting to prevent that technical. So great match there.
At the 119 level, for Del Oro, Corey Johnson. For Betty Union, Jordan Fremwine.
And
now, this is going to be a tough one for Jordan. Corey Johnson, again, these Del Oro wrestlers are something else. Corey Johnson is 29-6. He took first at the NorCal, second at Foothill at the ASICS tournament. We're seeing Corey Johnson with a record of 29-6 and a lot of confidence. And quickness. He's now ahead 6-2. We're in the first period, 1:09 left to go. These Del Oro wrestlers are very impressive. But there are 7 seniors on this team, so next year it'll be completely different for them. Corey's call for an illegal hold. Start back off in neutral. I don't think Corey's going to... Jordan knows how to wrestle from the bottom also. Oh, nice move. We're going to see if Corey's trying for the pin here. 2 seconds left. Now he should get, yeah, he gets a 3-point near fall. Puts him ahead 14-3 at the end of the first period. We're going to go in the second period. And once again, Corey Johnson, one heck of a wrestler for Del Oro. Going to the hand fight.
into period number 2 now.
Gets the escape. Ahead by 12. He needs 3 more. There's 2 more. 1 more point. He's got the technical.
Del Oro leading 24-8.
Okay, he lets him up. So now it's 17-4. 2 more, and that's it. So 19-4.
And he doesn't look very happy.
Who, Corey?
Yeah.
Well, they all want a pin. They all want to pin.
At 125 pounds, for Del Oro, Jesse Stafford. For Penn Union, Drew Hoskins.
So now we're going to see Drew.
Well, this is going to be a great match. Again, Drew is in the freestyle and the collegiate, and before his freshman year, he has been all over this nation wrestling. He has taken a lot of firsts, but this is his freshman year. Jesse, who he's wrestling, is 26-8 and took first at the El Camino tournament.
Trying to go in quick and get his legs, but to no avail.
Drew is he's one of these wrestlers that's so much fun to watch. He has technique and speed, and next year he is really going to have strength.
There he goes. Goes in, gets a leg now.
It's the one area that he's probably lacking, and as most freshmen do. That testosterone hasn't quite kicked in yet. And probably Jesse is at least a sophomore, maybe a junior.
He's going to go to stand up.
See, here's the technique. Here's the experience factor. Clinching. Oh, stalemate. The ref knew they weren't going to go anywhere, so he gets them to start all over again.
Yeah, they each had a leg, and they were bending it north and south. That was a great defensive move right there, Anthony, where he went to get Drew's legs, and he backed up and then came on the counterattack.
Drew knew exactly what he was doing, and he is, I guess as you can best describe it, cat quick. Now he's just kind of trying wearing him down, but he's at the same time, there he goes. There he goes. He's got him. If he can turn him over. He's got to squeeze him.
Crowd starts to come to life.
Oh, saved by the bell. God, got a 3-point near fall. Drew's got a 5-point lead. But like I say, Drew hasn't gotten the recognition this year as he has in the past. But he's got all the technique in the world. He is going to really surprise people at the league championships and the subsections. That Del Oro wrestler got too high, and Drew knows what to do with that.
Yeah, now he's on the back of his neck.
Okay, he's way high, and Drew knows it. See, and if he can get his head out of there.
He's got that arm. He's ready to roll him over.
Yeah, but Del Oro's got the legs in. And Drew's got to be able to shake off those legs and shake off that arm and get his head out of there. So you can hear the coach is saying he's high. If he can peel off a leg right there. Oh, this. Jesse's got his arms though. There. He'll work, he'll squirm. And the other wrestler still hasn't gotten any points on Drew. He's trying, but it's still 5-0 Drew.
Just over 30 seconds remaining here in round number 2.
Jesse's doing a good job of leg wrestling, but unless he does something with Drew, it's all for naught. There's 10 seconds left to go in this period, and he can't score.
No, I would almost say it's a stalemate. That's up to the referee's decision, though, right?
That's right, because Drew has been defensively moving enough to not get called for stalling. So now we're going to the third period. Drew still leads 5-0.
And I think that has something to do with how little time there was remaining in the period.
Probably so.
Knowing that they're going to start all over again anyway in 5 seconds.
Yeah. He moved. He just gave a caution to the Del Oro wrestler, to Jesse. He moved that leg. You've got to be set. And now Drew can't get any points because he started on top. He's got to do something to get him in a cradle, get him in a pin position. Here he goes. He'll drive him.
He's pushing him across the floor right now.
Drew is one of our he's one of our wrestlers who's in great condition, and it almost looks like, I mean, Jesse's working, but it looks like Jesse. Oh, look at that! Oh, not enough to get a near fall, I don't think. Doesn't want to lose. Yes, he did. He gave him a 2-point near fall. So now it's 7-0 Drew.
And we're going to be thanking some underwriters right after this match, guys, so you can get ready for that.
Right now, Drew's in full control, ahead 7-0. And all right, here we go. He let him go. He gives him 1 point to get started up from the neutral position. Here we go with a hand fight. Oh. Drew's going to try and climb it. You got 2 more. There. Drew's got to get that leg out of there. He can't pin him in this position. But he did pick up a 2-point takedown. So now he's ahead 9-1. No, 11-1. Stalemate. Nope. Clinching.
15 seconds
Hurting his
remaining in period 3.
Drew will not let this one go. He'll just hold him for 11 seconds.
11-1 is the score right now, so
15 seconds. No, now Drew got the caution because he was too quick.
And 2 cautions.
At 2 cautions, you lose a point.
Clock is running down to 5 right now. 3, 2, 1.
That's it.
And this exclusive NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Rental manager Craig Arthur wants you to know that HBE Rentals is a full-service rental facility in Grass Valley with the selection of tools and equipment you need to get the job done right. Hanson Brothers Construction and HBE Rentals.
For Nevada Union, Taylor Quizno.
And Anthony Halby Insurance. Anthony Halby is your independent insurance agent who can answer your healthcare questions with over 36 years of experience in the healthcare industry. And Anthony is a licensed authorized agent for Blue Cross and Blue Shield health plans, and he has information on Medicare supplements and the new health savings accounts. And of course, here with us tonight for NU Minor Wrestling. Let's go to the action right now, guys. No, thank you.
Jeremy Stubbs, another at 130, another tough wrestler from Del Oro. He's 26-8. He took first place at the Coast Classic. He took second at the NorCal. And Taylor is a national bike champion, motocross or whatever. I'm not sure which, but he's very athletic. He's actually wrestling in place of Matt Manuel.
Another sport where a lot of endurance is needed. That motocross.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we don't think about it, but just go out and ride your bicycle for a little while and you go, oh, I'm huffing and puffing. But then again, we did that when we were kids.
Oh, yeah. We'd be gone all day.
Got him.
So quick pin right there. Boosts the score to 29-12. And we'll let you know that today's NorCal Game of the Week is brought to you by Dr. Gary Sumner, DDS. Dr. Sumner is happy to serve you and your family's dental needs in Penn Valley and has been serving you in that location for over 10 years. Dr. Sumner has 20 years of dental experience, and he really knows how to promote good dental hygiene, specializing in family, cosmetic, and sedation dentistry. He's now accepting new patients and provides senior discounts as well as a discount for the NorCal Game of the Week. Dr. Gary Sumner, DDS, as we return to action here, Anthony.
Nick Hughes took the Sierra Foothill League in first place at this weight class last year. So he may, I'm not sure if he's the favorite this year. I haven't seen all the other 135 pounders to see if this is his spot again.
Two to nothing, the score in favor of Del Oro.
It's going to be it's going to be 5 in a minute. He's going to get a near fall on this at least. It doesn't look like he can pin Todd because he couldn't get those shoulder points down. There's that 3 near fall. Todd's got to get to his base. He's got to get his knees up. If you just sprawl, you're going to get called for stalling.
But if he gets the knees up, then he's in danger of them grabbing a leg, right?
Well, you know, you gotta wrestle. You got to get to your base, and you got to try to stand up. You can't wrestle all day long down. So he's got to keep that leg out there and that arm, so he can't drive on that side. This is why I say you got to figure out which way your opponent's going to rock. Todd's doing a very good job
of staying alive.
Yeah. There's the end of the first period. Jeremy Stubbs, or excuse me, Nick Hughes ahead 5-0. I'm not sure what grade Todd's in, but he's holding his own. You know, again, you look at Nick Hughes and you can see there's experience there. And I'm not sure if Todd is a first-time wrestler. We've got a lot of first-year wrestlers on this team. Guys who have come out for wrestling PE, which one of Pilcher's classes, and Pilcher sees the potential and says, come on out. Let's get you on the team.
Nice to have that ability with such a large student body here.
Well, that's one of the reasons you have this room, is so you can have a wrestling PE class, and you get some of these freshmen, they're not sure what they want to do, and all of a sudden they go, I enjoy this sport. And you got them hooked for the next 4 years. There's a 2-point takedown. It's 8-0 now.
Right, because what happens is it really develops into a wrestling family.
Oh, yes, it does.
Family, the wrestling is a pretty close-knit group of parents and students.
Well, you know, it's so much fun at least for me. Having my boys gone through the program and being a pair in freestyle, and you meet the coaches, and you run into these coaches at airports, and you run into families at airports. But wrestling people, they appreciate good wrestling. I mean, both sides, Nevada Union, Del Oro, they understand what this is all about, and it's a gentleman's sport. If somebody really starts wrestling dirty, the crowd will just come down on them. 13-0 in favor of Nick Hughes.
And he's showing why he's one of the dominant wrestlers for Del Oro right here. Just
all he needs is 2 points here, and he'll get it with his near fall.
Complete control, Anthony, for the entire match.
Oh, yeah. Down. Yeah, there's a pin.
So Del Oro's going to add 6 more points to their score and be 41-12. And we'll let you know that California Craftsman, happy to bring you tonight's special wrestling feature. There you'll find generations of experience to help you replace those old drafty windows. Glenn, John, or Damian Wells are always on the job site, so there's an owner present to answer all of your questions. They offer the latest window designs from Marvin and Milgard, And because they're general contractors, they can also make changes to enlarge your window openings, move out a wall, and make your home more beautiful. Serving our community since 1999, California craftsman Anthony, more action.
Well, what you've got here is Brandon Johnson took third at the Coast Classic. He's 28-10. And again, this is a very experienced Del Oro team, and they're just showing it tonight. They are the league champions. I mean, that's already been decided because they, even if they would have lost to us, they would have been the league champions. But we knew coming in that we were hoping this would be for the championship. But Nevada Union had...
at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but Nevada Union's got too much youth, and that's okay. They're going to be good in the future.
Well, that's the great thing about high school sports. Hope springs eternal. Every new season brings
It sure does.
the dream of possibilities.
And the thing about wrestling, you'll see a lot of these kids, they're going to improve themselves over the summer, not only with conditioning. The good wrestlers will go to 2 and 3 wrestling camps and get other techniques and improve, and then their strength. And they'll come all of a sudden the next year, and the wrestler they wrestled that didn't do anything is going to be surprised that, hey, how come this guy got so much better than me? It's a year-round sport.
And there we saw a little tactic by the Del Oro wrestler charging before the Nevada Union wrestler was actually set, and kind of caught him off guard a little bit.
We try to teach that to all the kids. If the other wrestler stops to rest, attack.
Right, because then you have to ramp it up pretty quick in order to defend yourself.
I think Brandon's going to take this one. Aaron's giving the good fight.
And so he does, and Del Oro increases its lead to 47-12. And we'll let you know that tonight's telecast is underwritten by B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. Time to solve all your plumbing needs with the help of B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. There you'll find, of course, your True Value home specialist to help you with new hot water tanks and PVC piping, as well as insulated wrapping to prevent that freezing that we had a few weeks ago. You'll walk out of B&C ready to get the job done right. B&C True Value Home and Garden Center, where help is always just around the corner.
This is a pretty good matchup. I mean, Shane's a very good wrestler. I've watched Russell grow up in the freestyle program. His father's one of the assistant coaches, Lawrence over there. And the Betancourts, they've always had good wrestlers. I saw his older brother wrestle. Russell is 30-8. He took first at the Coast Classic this year.
You know, I want you at home to know I bring no stats for wrestling. I bring no stats. There's no need. Anthony is a file cabinet full of information.
All it is you ask the coaches from the other team, and you know what our boys are doing, but you got to give recognition when you've got a team that's like Del Oro.
That's won the league.
Yeah. And that's why.
And this may be even the first time that they've been on television all year.
I've watched both these boys in freestyle and junior high, and this is what's kind of fun as you watch these kids grow up, and both really nice gentlemen.
Except when you're in the middle of the circle.
Except when you're in the middle of the circle, but you know what? That's why you shake hands when you start, and you shake hands when you finish. And a lot of these kids have wrestled each other through 4 years. You wrestle them at league, you wrestle them at freestyle, you wrestle them at tournaments.
Now, Anthony, we're seeing a lot of arm work going on there.
Yeah, a lot of arm fighting, a lot of hand fighting.
How important is that when nobody seems to be able to get a position or an advantage, that hand fighting?
You've got two experienced wrestlers. You got a senior in Shane Lingo, and I believe Russell's a junior.
And we've got a 0-0 score here at the end of the first period.
Which so far been one of the better matches.
Well, they're both using their hands to try to get some advantage, and both opponents very slippery.
Now Shane's experienced enough to know that he can explode out of here. Russell's experienced enough to know that I got to keep him down,
which he does.
Yeah, Shane's still going to fight. Shane's continued to get up to his base. See, he's giving Russell all he can handle. Up, there you go. See, one escape. So Shane takes the lead, 1-0. And we go back to hand fighting, and you want to keep him off your head. Oh,
nice attack on the leg.
Nice shot. But now, see, Shane knows he doesn't have anything yet, and Shane's holding on to that leg. If nothing happens here, they're going to call a stalemate.
He's sitting on his head right now. Both legs are tied up,
and that's legal. You're putting pressure on the head. There we are. See, stalemate. You kind of knew it when Shane had Russell's leg and Russell had Shane's leg. They're not going to go anywhere.
And then he had both legs, and there's really no way to get out of that.
See, no, he knew Russell was going to shoot. He sprawled. He's trying to get around. Nobody has really gotten any kind of advantage in this yet.
There's more of the arm fighting that we were talking about.
Yeah. Now, Russell's got both legs. But Shane's actually, oh, there we are. He got a good turn, got the 2 points. He takes the lead 2-1.
Looked like he had him in a kind of a scissor hold there for a second.
Yeah, I thought Shane would squeeze, but before he had a chance to, Russell squirmed out of it. And again, it's technique and it's experience. You're looking at a wrestler Russell wrestles year round, and so does Shane. Whoop. See, Shane was wrestling for the bottom. He knew what to do, but Russell kept control. So we're at the end of the second period, and it's 2-1, Del Oro.
Very close match. Could go either way, Anthony.
Oh, this is the kind of match you see at the NCAAs. You get two very good wrestlers. There'll be a caution. No. No, there it is. Caution red.
So what's he cautioning them about?
He's got to have that hand on the elbow, not, see right there in the elbow?
Right.
If he has it above or below, you do have an advantage. There are particular points where you have to start.
So once again, a judgment call there by the official as to how high he's going to allow that hand to go off the elbow.
Yeah. Okay, we got one escape green, so that gives him a 3-1 lead. And that's huge right now with these two guys.
Yeah, because we're in round number 3, and there's only been 4 points the whole time. Oh, there we go. A little straighten up, a little determination.
Not quite hand fighting, but
well, this is the fatigue round right here.
Yes.
Both wrestlers expending a lot of energy in those first 2 rounds.
Russell shoots. Now let's see if he can do anything with it. Shane's got a sprawl on him. No, now Russell's got the leg, turns him, gets the 2-point takedown. So that should make it 5-1 and less than a minute. Out of the circle.
And he had to blow it twice. I've seen this official a couple different times. Must be very familiar.
He's experienced, yeah.
I think it was last year we had a husband and wife team. that
Yes,
were
we did.
officiating.
And they're still officiating, but Larry Fletcher, who's the head of the Wrestling Association, the Referees Association, he knows who to send at what matches, especially when you get this deep into the season and you get two schools that are battling it out for a championship, and he assigned these ahead of time.
Yeah, this is one that, just like us, you put this on your calendar and say, I'm going to be there at Del Oro and Nevada Union.
Yeah.
And we're glad you're here with us also. This will be our final meet of the year. Only got in a couple this year due to our basketball coverage, but always fun to come down here.
Well, we're glad you're here.
And see the boys. Well, thank you, Anthony. Oh, there's a body slam there.
And that's perfectly legal because he didn't drop him. He brought him down. And see, Shane's still fighting. Shane's not about to. Shane. He loses the bout 5-1. It was a great match.
Yes, it was. And it was brought to you by the Gold Mine Wrestling Club. Gold Mine Wrestling Club in Grass Valley is Grass Valley's only wrestling club where all ages are welcome. Whether you're 3 or 43, you can enjoy and learn the sport of wrestling right here at the NU Wrestling Facility. Practice and registration begins the first week of March, and the league competition begins on March 17th. So come on out, get some exercise, meet some new friends, and get active with the Gold Mine Wrestling Club, your wrestling club in Nevada County. Anthony, back to you.
Well, this could be one of the premier matches, too, because Brett took first last week at that Marin Catholic tournament. Joe Stafford has taken first at the Coast Classic and first at the NorCal.
So we got a couple of guys here that know how to win.
That's right.
They're used to the big events.
It's 2-1 Del Oro. Whoa. That wasn't a swing. He was just trying to tap the head, and he missed.
Try to go to the legs also.
Yes.
Oh, there's a nice.
Oh, nice move by Brett. That's strength.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
That's
you can
just
see
pure strength. Brett didn't have the strength, and Joe did. It's now 4-1 Del Oro. I can't see it from here, but yeah, there he's fighting him.
I think he might have been pinned had the referee been on the other side of him.
Yeah, sometimes the ref will miss it, but it's got to be a count of 1,001.
Very difficult position to be in right now.
Saved by the bell, as they say. It's 7-1.
Yeah, but
in favor of Joe Stafford.
He'll get the 3 points though for the near fall.
He should. They haven't given it to him yet. Del Oro, one of their premier wrestlers, Micah Ferguson. He graduated a couple of years ago. He went undefeated as a junior all the way to the state championship. Unbelievable wrestler.
Undefeated. What a storybook season.
Really. He's now at Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo, wrestling for John Acevedo. Brett's got some control here, but you got to wrestle like Joe Stafford, who also knows how to wrestle from the bottom. He's working on peeling that arm off. Yeah, see, he stands up. Brett's got to hold on to that leg. He's going to lose him.
Shouts of encouragement coming from the crowd. Both schools.
I think Joe just got 1 point for an escape. And now he's got 2 points for a takedown. So it's now 10-1. And we're coming up on 1 minute left in the second period.
Standing over in the crowd is former NU wrestling coach Shane Valdez.
Yeah, it's hard to keep Shane away from here.
Got a cute little baby on his hip.
Is that his son or his daughter?
You know, that age it's hard to tell, but I'm going to go with son. I think he's coming up.
Brett's fighting here.
Coming up next in the 6-month category.
He is definitely, if he can turn. Hey.
Oh, boy, that's some strength right there.
Look at that, a 2-point reversal. He's got 4 seconds, though, in the second period. It's not going to get much else. Oh, what a great move by Brett Schaffler. And that's what we describe, wrestling from the bottom.
Getting the reversal just prior to time running out.
And he was working on a pin. That's the sad thing, is he was working on a pin and time ran out. So now he's got to see what he can do here in the third period, down 12-5.
I'm not really sure he would have gotten it even if he had more time. It took a lot of energy just to
turn him.
Just to turn him.
Yes. And he's starting from the top, which means he can't make any points unless he can turn him over or get him in a near fall position. And Joe knows it. And Joe just has to wrestle from the bottom, keep on moving, prevent him from getting a pin. 14-5. You know, Brett's doing a good job, but you got Joe Stafford's got the experience to know, I'm not going to stall, but I'm going to fight you all the way. You're not going to make points off me. And every time Joe tries to stand up, Brett knows to lean.
And with a 9-point lead.
Yeah, all Joe has to do is prevent himself from getting pinned here. He's got less than a minute to go. And he's doing the defensive moves he's supposed to be doing. Now, if Brett can get that arm in there and turn him over, though, we could have something really interesting here.
How many matches do you think end up that way?
What's that? Where
the wrestler is just trying to hold it off so he can get the win.
Oh, lots.
So really then, from a strategy point of view, you want to get the early points in round 1 and 2 if you can't get the pin.
Yeah. Yeah, but you want to keep wrestling. See, look at Joe now. Joe's going to get a reversal here. Joe has fought and fought and fought. Now he's got 2 points on a reversal. He's now ahead 16-5. And there's 6 seconds left.
And, of course, this exclusive wrestling telecast being brought to you by Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Chuck Cavros knows that nothing makes your car or truck look better than accessories from Top This. And he delivers truck and auto attitude every day with an in-store display featuring accessories from WeatherGuard, DZ, and Racket truck racks, along with a selection of chrome toolboxes, mirrors, and tie-downs. We have them on the new Commander 2. You need them on your truck as well. Get some attitude and get the service you want at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. And we'll go ahead and do Plaza Tire. Mark and Mike Hauser want you to know if it's round rubber and it rolls, it's not a wrestling mat, it's a tire. Lots of tires, Michelin tires over at Plaza Tire. You can always trust the integrity of Plaza Tire because they stake their reputations on it every day, just like we do here. Every time we go out in Plaza Tire Auto Service, they got you covered with 2 locations in Nevada County, the original one, which I like to hang out at over there on Searles Avenue with Mark, and of course his brother down in Penn Valley at that location of Plaza Tire. Plaza Tire and Auto Service, professional auto repair. Done on your schedule, not theirs. And I don't even know if Mark has a schedule. He's in early and leaves late, and now he's got to pick a new superintendent because Maggie's leaving.
Oh, that's right.
So I was over there the other day. He had all kinds of papers and everything there, and
that's going to be hard to replace Maggie Dietz.
heck yeah, and we wish her well too.
Oh, Jordan's got a foot on here. He's got the 2-point takedown for a 2-0 lead. You know, you talk about strategy. When my son wrestled at the Foothill Essex tournament, you know the refs, and the refs are tired. And he was in the consolation round, and he was wrestling. He had one match to wrestle at 11 o'clock and another match to wrestle at midnight. That's how late these things go. So I walked up to him at the match at 11 o'clock, and I told him, I said, the referees are tired. Anything close, they'll call a quick pin. And he says, you think so? And I said, yeah. So he went out there, and all he did was roll the kid on his back. Boom! He comes up, and he says, you were right, Dad. I said, yeah, these refs want to go home, too. I said, remember that on the next one. And he did it again on the next one. He just went right after the wrestler, got a quick pin, and we were done for the night, and came back the next morning at 9 o'clock and did it all over again. And it's all strategy. You got to know... You got to know where the refs are. You got to know where your opponent is. Jordan is doing one heck of a job.
Leading 2-0 with 35 seconds remaining here in the first period.
And it doesn't look like he's going to give any leeway in this match. He came in. He went right at Tyler Reynolds, and I think Tyler is probably knows he's got his hand full. Trying to get in a position to get looks like to get at least a near fall. He's got his leg wrapped in there. There we go. If he can pull him back. Oh.
End of round 1. Del Oro Golden Eagles proving why they are the league champions this year in the Sierra Foothill League with a commanding 54-12 advantage, or as Jim Adams would say, a 42-point bulge.
Now, the ref gave a point to the Del Oro wrestler because he said Jordan gave a very with his arm, came across the top of his head hard. And you can't do that. You got to grab and you got to pull. And it's just, one of those things. So he's now ahead 2-1. Whoa.
Oh, nice
tackle.
Oh, but
2-point takedown. So it's 4-1. That's why I think all football players should come out for wrestling. They learn how to tackle.
Well, over the years, they've had several.
Oh, yeah. I don't know his name, but there's a coach down at Fullerton. He's got a Super Bowl ring. And he gets every one of his football players out there to wrestle. Jordan is working Tyler real well. There he goes. He's got him by the legs. He's got him by the arms. He's not going to get a pin, but he's going to get a near fall. I don't think he can get a pin here. He'll just take the near fall, and I'll bet you he lets him go and starts all over again. See? So he gets a 3-point near fall, so that should make it 7-1.
And it does.
And then he'll come back again. Up. Tyler is strong.
No, he is. He's
and that's where Jordan's having his tough time with him.
Whoa!
That was an interesting move.
Especially after you just commented on his strength. Excellent timing there, Anthony. I know you had that plan.
Yes, I've
inside information.
I've scripted the whole thing. Okay, we got 13 seconds left in the second period.
Yeah, Jordan ahead 7-1.
And he's going to try and get another near fall here. Get 3 more points.
Saw his dad here tonight.
So he's got a 10-1 lead going into the third period.
Saw his dad here tonight, Scott, and it's always nice to run into him. What a great guy, great family.
Yeah. It's, like I say, wrestlers on both sides, families.
Got a little blood work going over here now in the corner.
Yeah, and I can't tell from here whether it's the nose or just a cut that opened up.
It looked like it was his lip.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And the inside of his mouth, as he got up there, he quickly put his hand to his mouth. And
he's ready to
had
go.
some blood. The referee's going to check it out. Period 3, 2 minutes, 10-1 is the score.
So Jordan starts on top. But I tell you, the strength of Tyler Reynolds, he almost got out of that.
Yeah, but Jordan on him like a cat.
Yeah.
And Jordan, one of those wrestlers, like you were saying earlier, just a nice boy to be around, humble, well-mannered. Just a pleasure.
Okay. No, not yet. Not enough. He's trying to get that leg under there. About a minute left in the third period. Jordan's got a 10-1 lead. Now, I don't think Tyler's giving up, but I think Tyler's finding a hard time to figure out what to do here. But at the same time, Jordan is trying to figure out what to do with Tyler. No points yet. Excuse me. Paul Gross said, let him up and start all over. 2 more points. Now leads 12-2 and 20 seconds left.
So barring any unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, this should go to Jordan.
Add to his win column. What is he for the year?
I don't know what Jordan's record is. I didn't, I tried to get Paul to give me all this, and he didn't want to. That was the last match.
Yeah. Now, something very interesting there. I'll go ahead and talk to the house.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last match. We want to thank the parents from both high schools for visiting us tonight. The next wrestling event will be the section duels, and then Nevada Union will wrestle again in the Sierra Foothill League Championships at Roseville. So please drive home safely.
So like I was saying, Anthony, something interesting there. The referee made him shake hands 3 times because the Del Oro wrestler just slapped at it.
Ooh.
And he wanted a real handshake from those two before he was going to award Jordan with the victory.
You know, it's interesting. I didn't see that part of it, but the refs understand this sport. And that's the whole thing. Win or lose, it's a gentleman's sport. And,
well, very, very good example of it right there is the ref demanding a good handshake before he was going to release the wrestlers.
Yeah.
So, the match is over here, and of course, we'd like to thank our great underwriters. 10 years of local sports television. I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot cover sports like we do with the crew that we have without your support of our program. And of course, we're talking about Hanson Brothers Enterprises. The Hanson family is proud to bring you another great minor wrestling season. And by Anthony Halby Insurance. Anthony Halby loves to support the NU wrestling program.
We also want to thank Dr. Gary Sumner. He's got a great wrestling program going over there at in the Penn Valley area. Dr. Gary Sumner is happy to serve all your family dental needs in Penn Valley. And also California Craftsman, another wrestling supporter. California Craftsman, you'll find generations of experience to help you replace those old, drafty windows. Glenn, John, or Damian Wells, enjoy watching all the NU minor wrestlers.
And of course, by the good friends over at B&C, the Fowler family, Home and Garden Center. Fowler family says, go Miners. And there you see all those league championships right there.
Let's not to forget the Gold Mine Wrestling Club. If you are interested in your kids learning the sport of wrestling, the Gold Mine Wrestling Club invites you to come out and wrestle this season.
And of course, Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, Chuck Cavros and his family, proud to be a member of the NU Sports Fraternity.
And of course, the established Plaza Tire and Auto Service, Mark and Mike Hauser, always love to join us in the voice of NU minor basketball and always supporting NU athletics.
Yeah, Mark doing a great job for us there on the hardwood over at the Ally. And of course, Touchdown Productions celebrating a decade of local sports television. Gil Dominguez along with our expert wrestling analyst Anthony Halby saying, thanks for joining us all across our Foothill network of stations. Now with over 40 broadcasts each week. And be sure to join us next time as our coverage of the final 2 weeks of this year's basketball season and the Road to Arco Arena happens. We'll see all the top teams as they compete into the playoffs right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. Your executive producer for tonight's show has been, well, I guess that's me, Anthony.
I was going to say.
Gilbert M. Dominguez. Director tonight, Connor Ring. Titles and replay, Miranda Goodman. Announcers, myself and Anthony Halby join us. Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you.
Camera operators, Chris Glass, Maverick King. Office manager, of course, Lynn Dominguez. Technical engineer, Paula Mikowski. And touchdown accounting by Francis Cinto and Graziano, LLP. Saw David just the other day. Remote facilities courtesy of the new Commander 2. Look for it throughout your neighborhood. And of course, Commander 2 Maintenance, Plaza Tire, and Auto Service. Be sure to check out our broadcast times and read all about this wrestling meet in the Union tomorrow, or go out to theunion.com. Saw Brian Hamilton in the house today. And of course, we are Touchdown Productions, 578 Sutton Way, Suite 170 in Grass Valley. Shoot us an email, gil@touchdownproductions.com. Let us know what you want to see and what you think of tonight's broadcast. Hope I didn't make too many mistakes there. And of course, on the World Wide Web, touchdownproductions.com.
We both hope we didn't make too many mistakes there.
So, Anthony, the season is over. Into the playoffs that we go. And so for everybody here tonight, thank you for joining us. Let's wish the Miners good luck as they travel into the postseason.
Yeah, all these wrestlers get another shot at each other come the league championships in a couple of weeks. And then they go from there. The winners, the top 4, will go on to subsections. And then the top 6 go on to sections. And the top 6 go on to states.
And there you have it. There's your wrestling season. Okay, for everybody here, I'm Gil Dominguez. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on your NorCal Game of the Week. Good night, everybody.